The clocks went back. I'm sitting here watching football. I'm like, shit. Got a game to watch. Got plays to make. Let's go. We don't. What's going on, everybody? This is Moss Money here from the Money Pop Podcast. I am the CEO. I am the host, and we talking bets, and more bets for today. And the question of the day is, how the hell did we bet today when there is zero quarterbacks right now? Zero quarterbacks right now playing in the NFL. I'm looking at the slate and I'm just thinking in my head, like, how are we going to make this work today? So 2 weeks ago, we started the Parlay series. We started off with a bang, right? First out the gate, we hit 2 out of 3 parlays and we were up almost $900 if you followed the plays. Last week, we were very close. We went 0 for 3 on our parlays. The one parlay, the first parlay that was +7, we got the score that we thought we were needed to get lucky on, but then Goddard, everybody else scored. Swift scored. Smith scored. AJ scored. I think even Jalen scored. Everybody scored but Dallas Goddard. And crushed our ticket, crushed a profitable day. But it's all good. This is what happens when you do these parlays. When you do these parlays, I call them scratchy tickets. You got to get lucky. You just have to. You got to get lucky. So we're gonna run it back. Not as many plays that this week, even though we usually do 3 plays, but not as many plays this week. It's just because the slate is so bad, man. Like it's so bad. Like, how am I supposed to bet Clayton Tune versus Deshaun Watson? Let's get another good one. How about Daniel Jones versus Adeline O'Connell? Hmm. Yeah, that's something to bet on. How about Gardner Minshew versus Bryce Young? Like Jaron Hall versus Tyler Heineke. Like it's just terrible. It really is. It really is terrible. So I expect a lot of these games to be running games. And of course, we're going to talk about the game of the week, America's game today. I would say the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. It is Dallas week, been talked about all week. I don't know. Like I don't. Sometimes similar times, like it's really hyped up that Dallas is coming to town, and it is, and we'll all kind of get there. But I don't think we're like there's no threat, right? I feel like there's no real big threat to them. Like we're 7-1. If anybody's complaining about 7-1 about style points of how we look, these like yeah, I get it, but then I'm like, not really. Like we're 7-1. Who cares? We're winning games. We're 7-1. So bring on the Cowboys. You know what I mean? And actually, if you liked, if you want to get a nice little sneak peek of behind the scenes with Michael Parsons, I did an interview with his dad. If you go to Money Pop Betting on YouTube, there's a link in there for an interview with his dad, which is pretty dope. I asked the question, Michael want to be a Philadelphia Eagle, don't he? You know what I mean? He want to be a bird, don't he? So if y'all want to know the answer to that question, go ahead and check out that interview on Money Pop Betting on YouTube. It's pretty dope. It was a good time. Got back to my roots and my interviewing roots. That's how I started YouTube. So, but speaking of Cowboys and Eagles, let's bring up the poll question, man. Philadelphia Eagles are going to win by double digits against the Cowboys today. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Yeah, let me know. Agree or disagree? Drop it in the poll. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. You think we're going to win by double digits today? The men of our defense looks suspect. Oh man, suspect. Um, let's first update this real quick. All right, I'm going to disagree to the poll, and it's the easy answer, right? It's the easy answer to disagree here. It wouldn't surprise me if we did win by 10 or 12. Our defensive line really got after Dak, and I would think that would be the key to us winning by double digits is our defensive line really giving Dak problems. But I just like so far in these NFC East games this year, we've won, right? We had only just the two, but they've been close, right? They all been close and they've been high scoring, right? Just Washington. I don't know what it is. Sam Howell just likes to kill us for some reason. He likes to become Tom Brady once he play the Eagles. But looking at him, I mean, I don't think this is going to be a defensive matchup. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think both offenses are going to be able to throw on each other. And when you have high scoring games, typically they usually kind of stay pace, right? We could be down by 2 touchdowns, and all it takes is 1 touchdown to get that game back in. So I don't think the Eagles are going to win by double digits. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be, probably 3 to 6 point game. I do like the Eagles today to win. I think the line makes sense. It's at -3. So yeah, I'm going to disagree to the poll just because I think this is Dallas's almost Super Bowl. Like this is a must win for Dallas in this spot. Like we don't have to win. We want to win, and we're more likely going to win, but we don't have to win this game. We're the best team in the NFC, damn near the best team in the NFL, and we're not. This is like Dallas. Dallas to gain ground in the division. First, you got to win the division, win the conference, then go into the Super Bowl. But for Dallas to gain anything here, they have to win this game. So I expect an all-out effort in this game from everybody across the board. And let's not get it twisted. Michael Parsons came out and said, let's try to take not he didn't say let's try to take over the link, but let's show up. Nobody's ever taken over the link. It's not going to happen. I don't know why these people try to support that because you see it's Philly, dog. You're from Harrisburg, bro. Like you already know. Like there's no way in the world anybody would come into our stadium and take it over. A preseason game, but in the regular season, come on, bro. What we doing, man? What we talking about? But like I said, if you want to get and check out that interview with Michael Parsons over on Money Pot YouTube, that shit was dope. That shit was fun. That shit was fun. All right. So we got the poll question out the way, but we got to get into the bets. And our first best bet parlay is brought to you by Royal Billiards. Check out the ad, and we'll get into the sports book. Stay with us. Let's go.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor,
and fun.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
All right, this one just kind of cut off. All right, let's get to it, man. Let's bring up the handy dandy sports book. Like I said today's gonna be a little bit different. It's just because there's not a lot of good quarterback play, so I'm not going to force a bet if I don't have to. It just doesn't make any sense to me to force any bets like that. I don't like the force bets. Look at this game. I know people were on the over on this one. I know Waddle got hurt. How's the game looking? I'm not watching it. So I'm thinking we're gonna see. What I mean? I know a lot of people are on the over on this one. You know what I mean? I liked KC in this game. I thought the line was too short. I know there's a big thing about Miami being there early and stuff like that, but I just think KC's a better team. And then I think I saw Waddle got hurt. I had a bet on Waddle too. Bum. All right, but let's go for our first best bet today. And I think we had talked about it. Our first two-leg parlay. I usually do a 2-leg or 3-leg, and then we try to cook it up with something nice. But I think I'm gonna go back to this Dallas and Eagles game because it's really the best game to bet today. Everybody's playing for the most part. All these games are just stupid. They're just stinkers. Like, look at the lines. They're all -3. Obviously, Deshaun's playing today. Who knows what he looks like? But I mean, who the hell is this kid playing for them? And there's nobody on the Cardinals. The running backs hurt. The tight ends hurt. The quarterback's not playing. Like there's nobody. I don't expect Arizona to score today, and I expect Cleveland's defense might score today too. So that's going to be a nice little thing we put together. But let's go to the. We're going to do a same game parlay here, and I know through the weeks, run the ball for the Eagles. That's what we've been talking about. But I think they've established what their identity is, and I think it's pretty apparent. And their identity, the Eagles' identity, is getting AJ Brown the ball. That's what makes this offense go. We've done it with not giving him the ball, and we see how methodical this offense can be. But when we get him the ball, this offense is so much more explosive. So I expect him to get the ball early and often. I expect him to I expect them to exploit and test who's ever going to be covering him to see what's good. So with that being said, give me age. So we got to do a same game parlay because we're going to betting in the same game. So we're going to do. We'll go back here. Popular. Quick. Actually, I'm sorry. Right here. Same game parlay. All right, and we're going to go to receiving prompts, and we're going to do. He's got over 100 yards every game, damn near. We're going to do. Do I want to do 83? Let's see. What's his alternate? Damn, minus 210. And then what's Lamb's? Minus 150. I do think Lamb has a good day today, too. So we're going to do A.J. Brown over 70 yards. And then we're going to do C.D. Lamb over 80 yards. All right. So that's plus 174. But I'm going to add one more just to cook it up just a little bit. And we're going to do over 6.5 receptions for CD. So that's a 3-1 bet. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets almost 9 receptions here. Because I don't. The question is how they're going to defend CD in the slot. Is the question. You know, because does Slay go in the slot? We already saw Bradbury do that. That wasn't a good look. So does Slay go in the slot? I mean, does Slay go in the slot and follow him? I'm not sure if they do that. And they'll move CD around. So I'm not sure if Slay will just follow CD. It'd be defensively smart too, right? If you do that, you know, you'll have him following CD all the way around, and it forces somebody else to win. Which, you know, Cooks is not like he ain't no slouch. You know what I mean? People like don't sleep on Brandon Cooks. Let me see what his numbers were the last couple games. But I really like this play. It's a small play. It's 3-1. Cooks is starting to come on just a little bit. He scored twice in the last 2 games. He had 49 and 36 yards. But yeah, it's really CD Lamb, man. Like CD's been cooking. He's at 12 receptions, 158 yards, 7 receptions, 117 yards. So he's had eye-popping games. Let me see. Yo, what's CD Lamb's? I didn't even look at this. Let me look at this real quick. CD Lamb versus Eagles. Just want to see what his stats are. So in 4 games, I'm sorry, not in 4 games, in 6 games, CD's had 4 touchdowns, 27 catches, and 391 yards, averaging 5 catches and almost 670 yards per game. The last game was he had a crazy game. He had 10 receptions, 120 yards last year, and 2 receptions. Other than that, the last 2 years, he's had 10 targets total. But he hasn't done anything in Philly. His 3 games in Philly, his rookie year, 4 receptions, 27 yards. You know, but the last when he's starting to come on in 2022, he only had 2 catches for 45 yards, and then he had 5 receptions for 68 yards. So we've defended him well, actually. And he's never scored a touchdown here. That's interesting. Let me see what it was. We beat them 26-17. That's back when they had Zeke. Let's see what those numbers were. Oh, they had Cooper Rush. That's why. Cooper Rush went shit. AJ only had 57 yards. I mean, 67 yards and five. See, like, I don't think AJ's going to go off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but see, they had Cooper Rush last year. Like, Dak wasn't even playing. Let me see the last time Dak played. My bad, y'all. Let me, I just want to see what this looks like. We beat them. Oh, they beat us 40-34. And that was Gardner Minshew. That's right. I remember that game. Wow. AJ Brown, 6 catches, 103 yards. Devontae been cooking the boys, huh? See, and that's when CD went off because they had to score. We had to score like it was a high scoring game. I remember that right before you remember Christmas Eve game. That was a hell of a game. CD went off on them. Let me just see something real quick. Is this a Am I finding this out right now? Is this Devontae Smith versus? I just want to see. Does Devontae kill them? Not bad. Devontae Smith, 19 catches, 226 yards, and 3 touchdowns in 4 games versus the Cowboys. Last 2 games, he's had 3 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns last game. 5 receptions and 8 receptions. See, we got so many mouths to feed, though. It's a different offense, different coordinators. It's tough to use these stats. What's going on, fam? What's going on? What's up, Don Don? All right. I'm trying to think, do I want to switch this up a little bit here? What is his receptions? What's Devontae Smith's receptions? 4.5. That's a lot. They don't got no Julio on here, though. Oh, there's Julio receiving yards. Over 8.5 yards for Julio Jones. What? Yo, they are tripping. I guess so. Julio Jones. We need 1 catch for Julio. This looks interesting too. Devontae Smith over 50 yards. It's just AJ's been on such a tear. It's hard not to bet AJ. And I want to keep this under 3. So if I take CD away and I put Smith here, what do we get? 4-1. Y'all like that better? I think I might like that one better. Devontae Smith over 50 yards, AJ Brown over 70 yards, and CD Lamb over 80 yards. 4-1 play. What y'all think about that? I think I like that one. Sorry, I'm switching up what I'm doing because I'm seeing the odds live. I had this all written down. My original play was just doing AJ and CD, but the odds have changed just a tad, and I want to make sure we get a little bit value because I mean, for some of you guys, you only bet like $20, right? So $20 to win you 100, it's not bad. Other people bankroll might be a little bit bigger, so like 50. Like usually I do $50, so $50 to win 250 is pretty good for me. And I think they're going to obviously pass the ball here a lot. And from the last 2 games, Devontae has um, Devontae has killed the Cowboys a little bit here. So I don't want to overlook that. But I mean, and not even that. Even though Devontae Smith has been quiet the last games, he's hit this number in the last 2 games, and he almost hit it in 3 in a row against a really good Jets team. So I think he's starting to come on just a little bit. They're finding ways to get him the ball. I think the Cowboys defense main problem is going to be stopping AJ Brown. And we'll see that. And I don't know if Slay's going to follow CD, but I think CD has a decent game against us. I think he does get here at 80 yards. But let me see. If I take him down to 70, what is that? I just want to see. 77.50. It's not the hugest difference. It gives us a little bit more protection. Um, you know, if you think CD's gonna go off and want to do 100, I can see that. That's plus 675. But I want to build the bankroll for the week, right? So I'm actually going to slower this to 70. I'm gonna make this more manageable. It's still a 3-to-1 play. Anytime you get three extra money, that's a good deal. $25 still win you 105 on the payout return plus your initial 25 investment. So that is our first best bet. Same game parlay, Dallas versus Cowboys. I'm sorry, Dallas versus Eagles, Cowboys versus Eagles. Plus 320 on the number. AJ Brown over 70 yards. Same game parlay. Devontae Smith over 50 yards and CD Lamb over 70 yards. Punch that in, lock that in. Now, if you think that what's his face that what was it that Julio Jones shit was stupid when only a catch pretty much 8.5 yards, you can throw that in too and get you up to 7, right? I'm not doing that. But it's just silly. Julio Jones. Ever see Julio Jones have over 8.5 yards receiving? Like, are you serious? You know what I mean? Like on a bank slip. You know what I mean? On a bank slip on a ticket. You ever like see this stat line? This is a crazy stat line to see. But we'll just go with this three. All right. Let's go for our next banger. I usually like to do anytime touchdown bets. So if you guys got any touchdown bets, um, go ahead and drop them down. Anytime touchdown score, drop them in the chat, and we'll cook something up for this one. It's going to be a tough week, man. There's a lot of bad quarterback play, but this one is brought to you. This one is brought to you by Carlinos. You know what I mean? It's always good to have some good grub ready for the game. So let us check out the ad for Carlinos, and we'll come right back with an anytime touchdown parlay. Let's go.
In our family, food is our daily bond. My Nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
So this one is going to be a little bit harder to put together. All right. I'm gonna need you guys help. And the reason why I say that is because there's so many bad wow, really? Second quarter, only one touchdown. It's because Waddle got hurt. That changes them completely. Man, I thought like the under, Jesus. People thought this game was gonna be a crazy, but look at this. I put some money on him having a good rush today too. Mostart, and he's been like shitty. Wow, that's unbelievable. Who would have thought that these two would only have 100 yard? Was it barely 150 yards between them in the first half? 7-0. Vegas, you, you silly little bee. All right, so anytime touchdown score for today. Now this one's going to be tough for me, but I think some of the later games have got some guys and some names that you want to pick at, and then I also think that some there's some chances for some 100-yard rushers today. It's just because the way the I think the games are going to play out. So I really like Kamar a little bit today. Let me see what his receptions are. That's always money. Shaheed always kind of has been scoring a little bit here. Yeah, his receptions at 36.5 is low. But see, the problem is Chicago's rush passing defense is the worst in the league. It's so bad. 4.5. That's low. You know what? Where is now that I just said that out loud? I don't even have the other dudes. Number up. 250 Tyson Bagent, 254 passing yards. Are they going to be able to run on Chicago? I don't think they're going to be able to run on Chicago. It's and see the problem is it's in New Orleans though. New Orleans gets busy in New Orleans, and the problem is he's had some stinky games. He's thrown for 300 yards. He's actually thrown for 300 yards in the last three games. Derek Carr, 353 at Houston, 301 against Jacksonville, and then against the Colts, 310 with two touches. So he's been on a little bit of a run here. Um, 300 would be my ideal because we want to build some value. So I'll come back to that. Maybe we'll do that in the last bet once we kind of really build it up. But so anytime touchdown here, we'll go here. I think Jonathan Taylor makes a lot of sense here to me. So we'll start with Jonathan Taylor. He's starting to kind of round into form. So we'll go Jonathan Taylor, and then we'll go down here to this Dallas Raiders game. They're gonna rally around this guy, but I mean, um, it's all Waller's out. It's all about Saquon. It really is. I like him over 100 total yards too as well. Let me see what that number is. I also like him over 100 yards rushing too. It's just volume, just pure volume. He's going to get there. Let me just see what, because I mean, the Raiders' um rushing defense is it legit? Have they given up a 100-yard rusher yet? Oh well, shit. They just gave up 152 to Gibbs. Foreman got off on him. Foreman had 89 yards. Okay, we might be on to something. Stevenson only had 46. They gave up touchdowns too. See, they're going to pack it in though. They're done. 76 yards to AJ Dillon. All right, we'll hold for that, but we think I like Saquon to score today, so we'll go Saquon. Where you at, baby? This should have been our 260. I like this just by itself. Taylor and Saquon to score. I really like that. All right, let's see. We gotta find one more. Hmm. I'm thinking Mark Andrews here. I think Mark Andrews has been coming on of late. I know he was hurt a little bit earlier in the year, and dark horse for MVP, Lamar having a really good year. To be real with you, what's the weather in Baltimore going to be like? Let's check that out. Weather, well, I think it's going to be all right because it's cool here. It's going to be rainy. Yeah, 70 degrees, sunshine, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I do too. I think they're going to score a lot too. We'll save that down. We'll save that for the last one. You know what I mean? The only reason why I didn't go Kamara because he got two last week, so he had a big game last week. But it wouldn't surprise me if Kamara scores. But I like the Mark Andrews one. I definitely do. I'm thinking Mark Andrews. I just want to look at some numbers real quick, like how Seattle against some decent tight ends. Just want to see. Yeah, I think they've been bad against tight ends, but I mean I think didn't Adams come back if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. McBride. And like I said, I think Andrews has been coming on. He's got six touchdowns. Yeah, he's got three touchdowns in the last two games. Um, and it's by far, and he's looking for him in the red zone by far. Gus Edwards has scored. Well, Gus Edwards had three touchdowns last game, so that don't really count. In Baltimore, yeah. Give me Mark Andrews. Any touchdown score. Plus 150. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, 800 plus 8. I like it. I like it. Let's get that money. 25 winning 225. Like me, 50. I'm going 50 on this thing. 50 plus 450. I like that one. Mark Andrews, Saquon Barkley, and Jonathan Taylor. Let's not overthink this. I feel like Chiefs just scored 14-0. I knew they was gonna beat the bullshit out of the Dolphins. All that talk about, well, I mean, the game's not over, but um, but yeah, give me this parlay. I think this is another nice one. I think this is a good one. I think this is a really good one. They're both good, actually. Mark Andrews, Saquon Barkley, and Jonathan Taylor. Let's see. Don't get greedy, Nate. Don't get greedy. I'm just looking though. Just looking. I think Jamar would be a good bet too to throw in here too. Jamar's been on fire. Um, he's been cooking lately. I mean, 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games, almost 300 yards of um, receiving in the last 3 games. So I think that's a decent bet too as well. All right, but that's the second bet. Now let's make the real deal, the one that everybody's been waiting for. That motherfucking scratchy ticket. That one that you put in $20 and you get almost damn near 5 grand back. That dollar to make you holler, as they say. I think they say that. All right, we got one more commercial to get to. Your hat drawn, as Irv would say. We'll be right back. And we'll get that third parlay out here. And let's get lucky today. Be right back.
Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, Hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy to use guides at Hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com.
All right, we are back. Let's go ahead and get the handy dandy sportsbook back up. Now this one is where we get kind of funky, right? Where we're just, these are dartboard throws and hopefully something sticks. You know what I mean? So I just want to look at some other numbers here. I just want to look at Joe Burrow versus the Bills. Has Joe Burrow ever played the Bills before? Yeah, he had to. He played them in the playoffs, right? And probably cooked them boys. I think Joe Burrow has a Burrow type game today. Be real with you. They're starting to heat up. Six. He's got 8 touchdowns in 3 games. But I can't find nothing. Can't find nothing on his numbers real quick. All right. Let's see here. All right. So now it's time to get kind of funky and figure this out. All right. And I think Kamara makes a lot of sense, but I think Kamara's scoring makes a lot of sense. Should we go first touchdown, Alvin Kamara? Alvin Kamara? That makes a lot of sense, right? Cleveland's defense. I think I have a better chance of Cleveland shutting out the Cardinals. Like, what's the team total here? Sacks all the way around. Can I bet them not to score a point today? Smell like a shutout today. Smells like a shutout. I love this bet. Under 7.5. Give me that. Give me that. They don't score 10 points on the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, right. This is a great straight bet. 2-1. Oh man. Come on. That is a great straight bet by itself. If the Cardinals can score more than 10 points, the Cleveland Browns suck. The Cardinals have absolutely nobody playing today. Nobody. No starting quarterback, no starting tight end, no starting running back. Oh man. And Cleveland too? Yeah. We're gonna start it off with that. We're gonna definitely start it off with that. All right. Now, let's keep cooking. What was I also thinking here? Yeah, I wanted to go to this game too. I think Joe Burrow's will have a big game today. I really do. Over, this is just silly. Really? I think he's going to carve them up today. Let me see what we got here. Give me Josh Allen over a pick. Yes, sir. Over a pickle. Can we do alternate? You don't know, alternate passing? That's all we got. I mean, alternate touchdown passes. We can't do 2.5. We can. I don't want to do the same game parlay. Actually, you know what? Let me look at FanDuel real quick. I want to see something. Maybe we build this one on FanDuel. Might be a little bit better on FanDuel. Just want to see something real quick. But for now, I would go here. Give me Joe Burrow over 300 yards so far. I like that one. But I just want to see if we can get, like I said, these are ones that we can get real funky with real quick. Where's that? I just want to see because FanDuel sometimes you can get away with some stuff. Um, yeah, like I want to see alternate passing touchdowns. Yeah, see, I'm thinking he throws for 3, easy. I mean, Baker had 2 touchdowns. Matt Jones had 2 touchdowns. Man, Giants ain't shit. What about the Jags? Lawrence had 1 touchdown, but he threw for 315. Like when you get a good quarterback, they got, you know, even Tua losing 48-0 damn near. 48-20, Tua had 280. Yeah, so I like that 300 yards one. Let me just see what it is on plus 182. What's it on here? Yeah, the odds are better. All right, I'm gonna switch it up real quick. We're gonna go to FanDuel real quick, and we're gonna build this scratchy ticket. All right. Oh, that's Josh Allen. My bad. Oh, the odds were better on the other end. I think it was plus 182, right? Joe Burrow for 300. All right. Switch it up. Switch it up. This is the fun part of it, man, because you gotta see the odds. You gotta know what the odds are. Oh no, it was better on this one. Well, yeah, my bad. My fault. I was right. Nate, get it together, bro. Get it together. Don said, man, this is getting ugly. All right, there we go. So we got the 300, right? And then we want the under 7.5 in the Cardinals game. And then we can get back to making our bet. All right. We got a little profit boost. Um, what's up? What else is up here? Howie. That's booty. Booty. Same game parlay. Uh-oh. I got Andrews in there. We're on that already. Kamara's in there. Cowboys the win. CD Lamb. You see these? You see how they look at this? Taylor's in there. Man, they be on us, Bree. Come on, man. Look at this. Brower with 207. Look at how these numbers coming up match ours. That's funny. This is not a bad one. Eagles to win over first time total and Hurts to score any touchdown. That's not bad. But I don't think Hurts scores just because he's so banged up. And he is hurting. All right. So let's go to where is it? Here. Totals. Um Cardinals. We want Cardinals team points. I mean, under 12.5 is solid. You know what I mean? But I want that 7.5 because that 7.5 is fucking love. 2-1. I don't think they score. To be honest with you, score Cardinals 7. Da, 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 da. Can we not do that on here? See, that's the problem with searching on the on different books. It's hard to find some of those plays where you can do alternate because I'm looking for alternate game lines is really what I'm looking for. Total receptions, yada yada yada. First half. So you gotta play with it because on the other side, like if I go here, this is still a good bet. Over 7.5 was getting greedy, but this is really a still decent bet. I don't see the Cardinals scoring. They might get one touchdown, but I don't see them scoring more than that. But that's okay. We can live with this. I was just looking for that one bet here. I don't see it. It's just the under here. I can't get it. I would have to do a same game parlay, I guess. All right, we'll keep it cooking. All right, let's go back. So we got Burrow over 300 yards. We got under 12.5 Cardinals total points. Let's see what else we can cook up here. What game should we target to see if we can get some value here? I had Saquon. I mean, Saquon's their whole offense. So Daniel Jones coming back helps them tremendously. But this Raiders defense has gotten gas on the rush before. So he's already at 78.5. I believe he gets there by just pure volume, in my opinion. So give me Saquon to have 100 yards today. I think he's had it in the last, I think, he was close the game before this one. I know last game he had 100 yards. Um, but he had 36 carries. But look at the numbers: 36 carries, 21 carries, and 24. And it's just volume, just pure volume. He's gonna get to 100 yards. So as long as they give him the ball damn near 20 times, I expect him to get there. Now coming off a 36 rushing game against the Jets, that's a lot of rushes. But yeah, give me Saquon to hit 100 yards today. All right. So Joe Burrow for 3 under Saquon. Now, if Burrow gets 300 yards, you got to think that Chase is going to get 100 yards. So we'll double dip in that game as well. And we'll go to receiving prompts. Let's give us some Chase, Jamar Chase. All right. 100 yards plus 152. All right, so we're starting to cook up a little bit here. In other words, I really like the Bengals today. I think the Bengals beat up on Buffalo a little bit today. All right. Ooh, I guess we got to get a piece of this Eagles game too, right? We should get a piece of this Eagles game. So I'm gonna go here to the Eagles game. I'm gonna go passing prompts. Give me Jalen for over 300 yards. Oh, that's 320. Ooh, they don't have 300. Oh wow, they just got 320. Hmm. And he hasn't thrown for 320 all year, but he's thrown for over 275 in the last 6 games. So we'll bring this down just a tad, and we'll take it off. We'll go 275, 320. He hasn't passed for that yet. All right, so we'll be fine with that. We'll double dip in that one. All right. What's our plan? We at 64 to 1, meaning $50 when you 3 grand, right? That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. That's a 5-legger. Can we find some? We got it. So when there's games like this today, when there's bums playing, you got to find a value play with some of the bums that probably wouldn't happen. So we got to go to a quarterback who's new out here, who's going to maybe get some work in today. Um, I'm trying to think who we could go to. Should we go to a Bryce Hall for what's that? Is that Monday Night Football? I mean Brees Hall. Like he's been quiet. Like he got bottled up by the Giants. Hmm. Chargers need this in the worst way. That defense came on a little bit. Or should we? Do we have? Yeah, we have. I think the play that I think Don put it out there. I was thinking about this play. Makes a lot of sense. Defensive touchdown, right? Plus 500. Sweet. 300. So $10 when you 3 grand, right? Yeah, that's what y'all want, right? That's the scratchy ticket you want. Oh man, so that is we're going under 12 and a half points for the Cardinals. Cleveland defense anytime touchdown. Joe Barrow and Jamar Chase. Joe Barrow over 300 yards, Jamar Chase over 100 yards. And then we have Jalen Hurts over 275 yards, and then the Cleveland defense to score a touchdown. That is 315 to 1. That is a strong play. Nice little scratchy ticket there. I'm not mad at it. You hopefully get a buyout opportunity on the last leg or just let it ride. I'm just see if I can find something else outside of the Cleveland defense scoring a touchdown. Even though I like that play. I do like that play. Um, I do like that play a lot. So that's one play. I do like this play a lot too. I like it without it, to be honest with you. I think this has real legs. This has a chance to cash. So, you know, $25 to win you 1,500. I ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I'm thinking about the Saints defense scoring, to be honest with you. Um, I think the Cowboys lead the league in turnovers, right? Let me see who leads the league in turnovers real quick. Let me check that out. Can we get a defensive score today? Do the Cowboys get a defensive score today? Uh, how brutal would it be to bet that shit? Oh man, that'd be terrible. Yeah, let's see who's turnovers. Oh no, it's the Steelers. The Bengals, the Cowboys are +6. Chargers are +6. Let's see. Hmm. Who's got a good matchup? Takeaways, fumbles, and interceptions. It's the Steelers, the Bucks, the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Chargers, the Jags, Texans, the Niners. Texans are interesting, but they're just +5. They're just winning the turnover battle. So that doesn't mean, that doesn't mean much. Where's Baltimore? In Seattle. Man, I'm trying to think here. Do the Chargers come into New York get a defensive score? Jalen's always good for one, yo. Yes. Jalen's always good for one. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about that one. Jalen's always good for one. Let's just see where it is. +650. He's always good for one, man. I know people are saying, "Don't do it to us, Nate. Don't do it to us. Why would you do something like that?" I'm just saying, man. He's good. He's good for a turnover. He really is. I think he leads the league in turnovers. And when you have somebody like that who leads the league in turnovers, um, it's tough. That's tough. We got Chicago, Falcons, maybe. There's a backup quarterback here. Who is the quarterback for the Vikings? Actually, no, 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 no. It's for Green Bay, right? I think Brett Ripken is starting for Stafford, right? Um, Cleveland is makes a lot of sense, and I think the Saints make a lot of sense too. It wouldn't surprise me. And then you got to think special teams, right? Shaheed could get off on special teams, and in 3 games, Tyson Bagent has thrown a pick. But I think I'm gonna go with the original. I'm gonna stick with Cleveland. Best defense in the league, statistically. They're still tops in actually no, they're not tops in turnovers. They're actually bottom in turnovers. Wow. You know what? Let's keep it funky. Let's go with this play. Uh, You know what I mean? I'm getting too greedy. I like this play. It's 25 to win 1600. So what are we talking about? So once again, that's Joe Burrow over 300 yards, Jamar Chase over 100 yards, the Cardinals under 12 and a half, Saquon Barkley over 100 yards, Jalen Hurts over 270 yards passing. That's a 5-leg parlay, 64 to 1. Go ahead and lock it in. All right. So those are the plays of the week. Hope you guys enjoyed the plays of the week. Go Birds. It's Dallas week. Let's have a day today. Let's get lucky today. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pot. I'm out of here.